Hey, good morning, friends. It is Julie Hamilton. How are you? Good to see you today. I hope your week is off to a great start. Welcome to Monday. I hope your Monday is just going to bring you so many good things today. It's time to get back to work and get back into all the things that help us pay our bills and all that kind of good stuff. So I hope you're having a great day. Today's topic is a little bit funny because it's a little bit contrary to what popular opinion might say. We're always trying to teach our kids, don't procrastinate. Work on your stuff so it's all ready to go, especially your school stuff, and we learn how to do things like that. But there are some circumstances where you can use strategic procrastination to help you get further, which is crazy. And I remember when we were in college, my husband, I am not kidding, this was the days before everybody had laptops, and it was just super expensive to have a laptop. So you had to go to the computer lab at school. And he would call me at 6 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, I'm starting my paper for my 8 o'clock class. And it would just drive me up the wall because he waited till the last moment. But the funny thing is that he would always do so great on those papers. So it was crazy. Are any of you guys procrastinators? Let me know. I want to hear if you guys like to procrastinate or not. Who puts their papers at the last minute? That's what I'm wondering. But anyway, so let's see. I'm trying to figure out if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Am I here? Am I here? I hope it's all good. So anyway, I'm gonna go on. Let's see. Okay, can somebody say hi to me so I can see if you're hearing me or not? Oh, there we go. Okay, good. You can hear me now. Okay, I wonder what happened. All right, you can hear me now. Well, so today's video kind of flies in the face of everything. Oh, good. Okay, I'm like, oh, shoot, I got a new phone, and, I'm not that good at technology, as I'm fighting that lie, but I'm like, oh, shoot, I hope it's anyway, I hope it's working. But yes, when getting all my tax stuff together, no doubt, Debbie, for sure. I know it. We have to do, quarterly taxes, and so it's always that struggle. But I want to start with this. 3 o'clock in the morning, a young man, he was 34 years old, was working on what would be the biggest speech of his entire life, and it was later that day. He was going to put this speech in front of millions and millions of people. It's going to be broadcasted. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, he was still working on it. He had had 2 months to work in on it, but he had been processing these thoughts and thinking about them. And 3 o'clock in the morning, he's still working on it. He stayed up almost all night, and even walking up to the podium, he was also striking things and marking through things. And the funny thing is, his script did not even have anything about what became his most famous line, which was, I have a dream. His script did not even have that in it, you guys. Isn't that crazy? So Martin Luther King Jr., he procrastinated on writing his I Have a Dream speech. Abraham Lincoln, when he was writing literally to make the Gettysburg Address, he had not finished his speech. And that morning, he began to finalize it and write it down. Leonardo da Vinci took 15 years to do the Mona Lisa. But there's a really important reason that they didn't do it. It's strategic procrastination. And that is something that creatives can use to help create something that is amazing, more amazing than they would have normally made. The first advantage of strategic procrastination is it allows you to be open to new ideas. So as you are thinking of this, you're turning it over in your mind. Maybe there's something that comes up that you hadn't thought of before. That's what happened with Da Vinci. As he was painting, he was learning about how light strikes spheres, and he was learning about all of these different things about light, and that helped him to be able to create the Mona Lisa. And it was the same with Martin Luther King. King Jr., he had a something that had happened, an experience that had happened to him that he was able to tie into it. I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about until the morning of. It's been brewing in my mind, but I often let it sit overnight. I let it sit so I kind of marinate in it. And then I kind of get a download usually of what I really want to do, and I process in my sleep. And then sometimes I wake up and I'm like, all right, I got it, And so that is an amazing process to kind of put things off. But the interesting thing is that research shows that procrastination in this way, strategic procrastination, also allows you to be more flexible in your delivery. So for instance, if you are doing a painting and you know how to paint this painting, you've painted it 100 million times and you know what you're gonna do, or you know a speech and you've done it 100 million times, you know exactly what you're going to do. But if you're waiting and waiting and waiting, sometimes at the last minute something changes and you have that flexibility of mind and flexibility of heart to be able to change your product. So Martin Luther King Jr., like I said, when he stepped up to the podium, he did not have anything about "I have a dream" written in his speech. And we can probably credit Mahalia Jackson, the singer, for that, because apparently in the background she started shouting, "Tell him about the dream, Martin." Did you guys know this? It blows my mind that he didn't have that prepared. But she said, "Tell him about the dream, Martin." And he had the ability to change everything in a second. And the reason was because by the time he had reached this point, he had been working for 20 years, speaking for 20 years, and he had been experimenting with word phrases and experimenting with the way to put things together and taking old things and rearranging them and making them new. And his ability to have that not set in stone gave him the ability to create the "I have a dream" speech, from gathering all the resources from the last 20 years that he had said, all the things that he had said, all the thoughts he had had about it. He began to put it all together into the "I have a dream" speech. So I just encourage you guys today, if there's something that you are working on, a creative thing, give it sometimes a little more time to stew. Be flexible with yourself. I'm not saying procrastinate everything and don't teach your kids to put things off to the last minute, because I'm a planner too. But I think it gives us a little more freedom. So for me, some people have their whole calendar planned out for the quarter, what they're speaking about, what they're doing. And I found such freedom when I was talking to my friend Carrie Rabania. She interviewed me for a podcast, which I'll put in the notes too below. But, when we got off the phone, she said, "Julie, I'm going to pray about when to put this, because, I don't schedule things out because I want to put them where God wants me to put them." And so she said, "I'm going to pray about this." And it gave me such freedom, because I was like, that's what I do too. So I pray about what to talk about. I pray about what to post. And, one of these days, maybe I'll be that person that posts like a quarter at a time and plans a quarter at a time. But in the meantime, I just want you to know it's okay if you're waiting and letting that thing stew, letting it develop, letting it become more flexible in your mind, tying it into the experiences that you're having. That's why it took Da Vinci 15 years to paint the Mona Lisa, and we come up with a masterpiece, because he was able to draw on all those experiences he had in 15 years. So I hope that encourages someone today that it's okay to be flexible. And not that I'm encouraging you to procrastinate, but strategic procrastination can be a huge tool that you can use in your life to be more flexible and have more experience applied to whatever you're producing. So, all right, love you guys. Go live your big, amazing, beautiful lives today. And I just hope your week is going to be awesome. And I'm just saying it's going to be full of declarations of faith over you, that you're going to find situations that were impossible that are going to be possible. Things that you didn't know how to do, you're going to find steps to do them. Things that were going wrong with your kids are going sideways, and your finances going sideways. I'm just praying that all those things are going to work out for you, and that you're going to be able to look at them with eyes of faith. You're going to see mountains moved that you thought were impossible to move. And so I wish you a wonderful week. Let's see, Joe said, "I love this. I'm seldom inspired in the planning stages of delivering a message." Yes. Oh, that's good. So in the moments, it's all drawn from life experiences and core beliefs. Come on, Joe, I love that. Me too. Good morning, Alicia. Great to see you. All right, you guys have an awesome day. Go live your big, amazing, beautiful lives. Bye.